Hello students, welcome to the ethics class. Before starting this video, please answer this question on your own first. Try this question at least once so that you derive more benefit when you see this video. That is how you should prepare. So today we will be discussing 2021 question 8. This is the first part of the question. This is the second part of the question. Here are the subsections that you need to answer. So discuss the ethical issues involved in the case. So you need to identify what all ethical issues are there, as many as possible. So depending on how ethical you are, how much you understand ethics, you will be able to find as many issues as possible. It's a pretty straightforward question. And I want to tell you beforehand that in this question I crossed the word limit on purpose so that I can include as many issues as possible, but in exam we might forget one or two of the issues in one or two sentences in first subsection and second subsection. So we'll be in the word limit finally after if we forget something. So let us see what all ethical issues are involved in this case. Pretty straightforward. Identify what all problems are there. So first thing is students copying. Next, senior teacher helping is another issue. Management ignoring the copying is another issue. Ignoring and supporting copying. Management asking me to do wrong, that is asking me to resolve with flying squad, is another mistake, another ethical issue. Management using intimidation is another issue, that is tying my promotion to resolving the issue. And any influence of politician or businessman to do wrong, it is not explicitly given, so it may be there, it may not be there. May also be using intimidation to affect the functioning of the college. So until politicians ask, how can they support, how can the college staff support their students? So this is not explicitly given, so you may also ignore. And possible flying squad corruption, like if I'm able to solve the issue, that means there should be corruption in flying squad, otherwise I will not be able to solve the issue. So it is possible corruption. And the current system of management that allows offering administrative positions with opacity and lack of objectivity and accountability. So the current system of management is not good. That is the big ethical issue here. That they are offering administrative positions without any accountability. There is no objectivity and there is lot of opacity, and that is why if I resolve the issue I might get the post. So these are all the ethical issues that are there. If you find more, you can identify it. So as many you can identify. It's a pretty straightforward question. So what all options we have? Critically examine the options available to you as vice principal, and what option will you adopt and why. This is the another subsection. So before discussing, we need to identify the options. Again, those are the same 4 options that we have everywhere. Do the right thing, punish guilty. Do unethical act, resolve and let guilty go. Or we can resign. Or we can ask others for advice and act accordingly. If you know any other option, you can write that too. So again in the question it is asked to critically examine. So we have to criticize these options. So let's see. Resigning means again skipping responsibility and accountability. So that's the option we will never adopt. Asking others means I lack conviction, I lack courage of conviction, and I'm not fit for job. So it means that I don't know what to do, or even if I do, I do not have the courage to do the right thing, and you're directly saying that I'm not fit for my job, so you won't choose this option as well. And punishing guilty may mean, not necessarily, but may mean that right person might be losing the principal position. If you think you are the right person for the principal position, then it may mean. Again, it's not necessarily, we have to write something. So it may mean that you lose the principal position, but it's not definite. But letting guilty go, here you have to elaborate lot more, because it is the unethical act. So here you have to explain clearly the many dimensions and many factors that are affected. First is that we will be subverting rule of law, and there will be breakdown of law and order. If not serious like law and order in the college, then it will mean that letting go of guilty. It would also mean that reward to intimidation tactics work. It would also mean that constitutional and peaceful methods like protests are failing. So this is a serious issue. If such methods fail, what are you saying? It means that you are asking people to resort to violence and other violent means, and other non-constitutional means or criminal means. So this is a serious issue. If the protests do not work, protest is a peaceful method. They're exposing truth and they want change through peaceful method, and those methods should not fail. Those constitutional methods should not fail. And it would also mean that victory of materialism over value. Then I would also face my issue of losing my identity. I would also lose my mental peace. And management would also not change. It would still remain the same old management with lot of opacity, lack of objectivity and accountability. And it would not move to better and right practices. And the students would also suffer under wrong administration. For example, if such kind of copying is allowed, such kind of college management would not care about students much, then college reputation would be affected. If they try to find job, then they'll say that your college do not have good reputation, many students copy. There's a lot of political influence, so students would suffer under this wrong administration. And future college reputation and funds would also be affected due to bad reputation. So it's not like the college funds will go on forever. If the reputation is bad, funds will also be significantly affected. People donate to colleges in the expectation that they're doing some good, and they feel that businessmen feel that they need to do something for the society, and they fund good colleges. And if this reputation is affected, then such funding would also be affected. So I would choose punishing guilty due to all the reasons stated above. So again, you need not state all the reasons again. If you write this one statement, it's enough, because we have to go further in our answer, and there is word limit and time limit. So I would also try to gain my position to right means. So this is what I do. Continue. So right means like asking questions, protesting, exposing deficiencies in management to students and parents, and mobilizing their support in pressurizing towards right changes in management. So here I am trying to say that if I want my position, it has to be through right means. It has to be open, transparent. If such things do not happen, if that means the management is very opaque, then we need to change the management style. So we will be asking questions to the management. We will be protesting. We will be exposing those deficiencies to students and parents, who in turn would support us, who in turn would protest, who in turn would bring media, and everyone will pressurize to get the right changes in management. This is how things go on in our society. You do not have to just accept what they're saying. If you feel something is wrong, then you change using these methods. And then if you are using these methods, then that means thus I may not actually lose my promotion and achieve it through right means and merit. So this is the important benefit. You might not actually lose the job. In fact, you might get the job through right means and merit. And also your reputation will now increase. Your relationship with students and parents would increase. And they would also be supporting you. And it won't be easy for you to remove. And not much pressure would come. Like no one would be pressurizing you to do wrong things again. Because you have support of students, parents, and to do the right thing. So if you get promotion this way, then you would actually get real capability to do right things. You need not be puppet of businessmen or politician or higher management. You would be free to do right things. So that is why achieving your promotion via right means is very essential. If you use wrong means, then you will always be blackmailed. They would always try to expose you. So this is very important. And funding and functioning of college would thrive on its reputation and donations by responsible citizens. Yes, again, most of the funding to the colleges is by responsible citizens who wants to do something for the society. So for the reputation of the college is important, not just one donor. And politician may also not act against college due to his or her accountability to society. So as we see, we live in a society where you would also get your job. It's no big threat, you would definitely get the job, and you will also have lot of means, right means, as I have shown here, to get your job. And then your job will be more secure and your position will be much better than earlier. Then you would also be avoiding all the problems. If you let go of guilty, then you will be facing lot of problems, but even these problems you would be avoiding. So all this show that you are very aware of the society, how it functions, that civilized forces are more stronger in society, and that there is no dilemma as well. You are saying that ethical option is the most pragmatic option. There is no dilemma. It is easily eliminated. So you would have everything good on one side and nothing on the other side. So it is very easy for you to make choice. Then UPSC understands that he will make this ethical choice easily because he understands all this. So that's it. You might forget few points in exam and finally you will be within the word limit. That's all from my side.